WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5.
University of Michigan football gets dealt a big blow from the NCAA. That'll include punishment in the form of a suspension and fines. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran, and we're starting off with sports director Ian Kress. Ian, this involves alleged sign stealing during the Jim Harbaugh years. We knew some sort of punishment would be handed down to the Wolverines, so what does it include and how drastic is it?
It's a little drastic. So basically what we learned today was that current head coach Sharon Moore will be suspended for 3 games. 2 of those have already been self-imposed by Michigan for weeks 3 and 4 this season. The extra game is expected to be the season opener in 2026 against Western Michigan. The school is also looking at fines of at least $20 million, and it could reach as much as $30 million. There are penalties that specifically target the Wolverines football program, including a 10% budget cut and a 10% cut to football scholarships. Then in recruiting, a 25% cut to official visits by potential players and a 14-week probation on football recruiting communications during the probation period. And what's interesting about all of this is what didn't happen to Michigan. There will be no future postseason ban or vacating wins from the 2021 to 2023 seasons, which includes 3 Big Ten championships and a national championship. Here's the reason why.
I think it's fair to say that the NCAA has said that it wants to ensure that penalties that are imposed do not harm or penalize current student athletes who had nothing to do with a violation that may have occurred in a sports program.
And within the last hour, Michigan did release a statement and said it does plan to appeal the NCAA's ruling to ensure a fair result.
All right, Ian, thanks for the update. Meanwhile, Michigan State University could be on the hook for $100 million. That's if a former student has her way. Ling Long Wei says she was working on her master's degree in horticulture between 2008 and 2011. In a letter to MSU, she says she was exposed to pesticides and herbicides that have been linked to an increased risk of thyroid cancer, which she has now, and that her superiors failed to act when she asked for protection. We've reached out to MSU for their response, but we have not heard back. We'll have more on this story coming up on 6 News at 6. Staying with MSU, its Board of Trustees met today and approved a memorial to the students who were injured and killed during a mass shooting that happened on campus back in February of 2023. 6 News reporter Taryn Simmons spoke to an attorney representing one of the victims. She joins us now live with their reaction on the new memorial. Good afternoon, Taryn.
Jorma, the shooting took the lives of 3 students and injured 5 others, Alex Verner, Brian Fraser, and Ariel Anderson. I spoke to the lawyer of the Verner family. Their daughter Alex was one of the 3 students who tragically lost her life on February 13th. The final design includes a fountain, benches, and plants in the old horticultural garden near the Student Services building. The family's lawyer, David Feminino, says the university's president worked closely with the victims' families in choosing the design of the memorial, as well as even voting which part of the campus the memorial would be. The memorial will serve as a beacon for the community members, students, and faculty to reflect on those who were taken too soon.
It gives them some feeling of solace that Alexandria Verner will never be forgotten. Certainly, anyone who met Alexandria Verner will never forget her. She was a wonderful person, and now she will forever live on the campus. Her name will forever live on the campus of MSU as a memorial to the tragedy that occurred. Now, we don't want to remember the tragedy. We want to remember her memory.
As for next steps, MSU says the memorial will plan construction during the fall of this year and are planning to complete the project by 2026. Jorma, back to you.
Thank you very much. Of course, the other big news of the day is the meeting between President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin as Trump tries to bring an end to the war in Ukraine. Willie James Inman is here for you now with the latest from Anchorage.
President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin greeted each other at a U.S. military base in Alaska Friday ahead of their one-on-one meeting. En route to the summit, President Trump warned of very severe consequences if it does not go well.
It will be very severe. I'm not doing this for my health.
The president said discussions about territory will come up during the high-stakes face-to-face meeting, but stressed it's Ukraine that will make the final decision.
I'm not here to negotiate for Ukraine. I'm here to get them at a table.
For Ukraine and other Western allies, the best-case scenario would be for Putin to agree to a ceasefire today, which would pave the way for more detailed talks about ending the war. European leaders quietly worry that Trump will be swayed by Putin. Russia's air assaults on Ukraine have only grown more intense since Trump took office, even as Putin claims to want peace.
From Putin's perspective, he wins just by having the meeting.
CBS News contributor and former U.S. ambassador to Russia, John Sullivan, has taken part in previous negotiations with Putin.
For President Trump, he's got to guard against making concessions to Putin that are going to alienate our European allies and really do political damage to himself here in the United States.
Ahead of the summit, protesters took to the streets of Anchorage and expressed skepticism that the meeting will go well. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Anchorage, Alaska.
And be sure to stay tuned to 6 News and CBS News for complete coverage of the Trump-Putin summit. In addition to the evening news, both CBS and ABC are planning a special report tonight around 7:30 p.m. for a joint presidential press conference. We'll also have coverage both on air and online at WLNS.com. Back in Washington, D.C., the battle for control of the city's police force continues. A rally was held outside the police headquarters this afternoon with people protesting the military enforcement takeover that got underway after U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi issued an order last night pushing aside D.C.'s police chief in favor of the head of the Drug Enforcement Administration.
My directive, we have made Terry Cole now the commissioner over the police.
Washington, D.C.'s Attorney General pushed back, filing suit against the Trump administration over the takeover of the D.C. Police Department. He calls it the greatest threat to home rule Washington, D.C. has ever faced. Switching now to the Michigan Capitol, where Governor Gretchen Whitmer signed several bills into law today, including one that might lead to cheaper drinks. One would allow distillers and mixed spirit manufacturers to save money by working together. Supporters say the new law cuts red tape and makes it easier for them to use the same space and equipment to make their products, saving money on things like rent and utilities. The bill passed unanimously in the Michigan House and Senate. Governor Whitmer also signed 2 bills naming highways for people who serve their country and community, a National Guardsman who died while on duty in Iraq, and for a state police trooper who died after being hit by a drunk driver. Meanwhile, the group called Invest in My Kids launched its new petition drive today. They'll now have 180 days to collect at least 450,000 signatures. If they do, they'll give voters a chance to vote on a proposal that would levy an additional 5% state income tax on single people who make $500,000 a year or married couples who make more than $1 million a year. All of that collected money would go to help fund local public education. Organizers say that could add up to $1 billion a year.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
As temperatures continue to rise, so will our rain chances, especially as we head into the weekend, and it's going to be a fairly muggy weekend across mid-Michigan. Our rainfall outlook, I think some areas could see over an inch of precipitation, some a little bit less than that. It all comes down to who gets multiple rounds of thunderstorms versus just a couple, so that'll be one of the key ingredients over the weekend. Rain chances are interesting. Saturday, it looks like a few showers and storms. Sunday, there appears to be some question marks on will storms reinitiate here. They may or may not. By Monday, it looks a little more likely we'll see some rainfall. Same thing on Tuesday before things clear out by Wednesday. We've also got the chance tomorrow, if the things come together right, storms hit at peak heating time, early afternoon, of maybe 1 or 2 strong to severe storms, level 1 risk, so pretty low overall. And if we did see any, wind gusts will be the main threat. Satellite and radar, lots of showers and storms to our west today. Of course, nothing here in mid-Michigan. It's been a really nice afternoon, albeit a little on the hot side. So we look at precision cast through tonight into tomorrow morning. Notice all of the activities to our west at 7 o'clock. But then during the midday hours, a few showers and thunderstorms roll through and right back out of here by tomorrow evening. So Again, if it comes through 10, 11, noontime or so, but once you hit around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, if they hold off until then, that could slightly increase our severe weather chances. By Sunday morning, it's all quiet, and of course, now we're just waiting to see will anything pop up during the day on Sunday. This particular computer model says no, some others say yes, so there is a chance we'll see some additional showers and storms on Sunday, but cross your fingers, maybe we end up with a halfway decent afternoon. Temperatures 87 Lansing, 86 in Mason, 86 in Jackson. It is a warm afternoon, and it's going to get very muggy this weekend. We take the dew points up into the humid category for a time Saturday and Sunday, then again on Monday and Tuesday, but look at that by Wednesday. Dropping like a rock, and we're back in the refreshing kind of air mass. Skyview Network on the McLaren Cam, 87 the current temp with a dew point of 66. It feels like it is 90 degrees outside. Similar in Grand Ledge with lots of sunshine, dew points at 65, heat index 90 with a current temperature not too far from that, 88 degrees. This afternoon in Jackson, we're looking at sunshine, 86, light southerly breezes. Heat index is the same as the air temperature because the dew point is only 61 degrees, so it feels a little nicer outside. In Hillsdale, we're at 84 degrees, dew point a couple degrees higher, so it feels like it is 87 when winds for the moment are calm. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy and 68 degrees, the overnight low. Then as you plan your Saturday, plan on a chance of showers and thunderstorms anytime from late in the morning through the early afternoon. Then rain chances go down tomorrow night. It will be hot tomorrow, but we lower the temperature just a degree, 89 degrees. 84 on Sunday. Storm chances continue Monday and Tuesday. The rest of next week looks great with minimal rain chances and really comfortable temperatures. Maybe a storm next Saturday.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. Tomorrow going to be kind of stormy depending on where you are.
Right. The outdoor activities likely impacted tomorrow. We'll see about Sunday.
We'll see about Sunday. We appreciate it. Well, still ahead. Some people make their kids school lunches to save money, but we'll tell you why it might not save as much money as you think. And later, we'll take you out live to Clinton County for DeWitt's annual Ox Roast. So stay right there. 6 News at 5. We'll be right back.